world, Shelly here, and today I've got for you another Friday foundation fix where you can get your fix of foundation reviews in between foundation fests. And today we have another new release from Estee Lauder in the Double Wear line. This is the Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup and SPF 30 foundation. I'm very excited about this one because, as you may know, the Double Wear Stay in Place is one of my absolute favorite foundations. If you missed the review of it, I will link it down below. It is top 5 of all time of all the foundations I have reviewed, which at this point is more than 40 of them on my channel so far. So I am hopeful that the Double Wear Nude is going to sort of live up and follow in the footsteps of the Stay in Place foundation and be an awesome contender for top foundation in my life. Let's take a look at some of the claims on the website. I am on Sephora's website right now. Since it's a new release, there are not a ton of reviews. There's only 8 reviews right now, and it's getting a little higher than a 4 out of 5 stars. Now, this is a $42 retail foundation. You get 1 ounce of product, and it comes in 12 different shades, so not a very extensive shade range. We are expecting medium coverage from this for normal, dry, combo, or oily skin. It's described as having a satin finish, a fluid long-wear makeup with SPF 30 and antioxidants that feels like you have nothing on. On your face, I hope they mean. This fresh-feeling makeup offers the look and feel of flawless skin, real protection, and 24-hour staying power. Note, 24-hour staying power. The Water Light Fluid formula moves comfortably with your skin for a fresh, natural, healthy, and even-toned appearance. SPF 30 and antioxidants, it's your invisible defense against environmental damage, blah, blah, blah. Hydrates continuously upon application with a moisture complex of red fruit extracts, including watermelon, lychee seed, and apple in a variety of shades for all skin tones. That sounds like awesomeness to me. It is formulated without parabens, without sulfates, and without phthalates. And it is oil-free and oil-controlling. It's ophthalmologist and dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic, and fragrance-free. Sounds like a lot of good stuff here. Let's take a look at some swatches. I will compare this to the original Double Wear Stay in Place and some other foundations I own in this shade range that are making similar claims. Here are some swatches. First up, today's foundation, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude, and this is in shade 1C1 Cool Bone. Right next to it, I've got the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place, also in 1C1 Cool Bone. You can see that the Nude is just a touch more pink than the Stay in Place, so almost the same color, slightly more pink in the Nude. Third up is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is in shade 1.0. Fourth is the MAC Studio Sculpt Foundation in shade NW15. You can see the 4 of these are very similar. I put 2 warm-toned foundations next to it for comparison. The 5th one here is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream in Fair, which is a very neutral to yellow-toned foundation. And then last, I've got the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in shade 3, also a warm-toned foundation. Of these, the 4 cool-toned work the best on me. So I have already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened my face. I am having some dry flakiness, so I took one extra step. I used the Physicians Formula Bright Booster Oil. This is an elixir under my eyes and around my nostrils where my skin was flaking. I have finally recovered from the cold that I had, but yeah, my nose is angry. For primer, I used the Urban Decay Urban Defense Primer. This is an SPF 30 primer. You can never have enough SPF. Do not rely on your makeup to give all of your sun protection because you just won't get enough of it. As usual, we are going to go in with a sponge on one side. This is the L'Oreal Infallible sponge, and a brush on the other. This is a Crown paddle brush, and that way we'll see if there's a preference one way or the other. The packaging for this foundation is beautiful. It's a frosted glass bottle, nice, looks very elegant, nice gold cap. The thing that drives me absolutely nuts is that there's no pump. Now, Estee Lauder has released a pump that you can purchase for $10 if you would like a pump. And it matches the bottle and everything's great. But that then would make this a $52 foundation, which, come on now, just put a freaking pump on the thing. At the $42 price point, you can afford to put a pump on here. Give us a pump. Don't make us pay separately for a pump. I'm just flabbergasted by that. So normally I would place my finger over the bottle and tip it out onto my finger, but then I won't be able to show you the consistency on the palette. So I'm going to try to pour a little bit out without wasting a ton of product. All in the name of reviews. Let's see if I can do this without making a total. Well, okay, so it's pretty liquidy. Woo! Liquidy. Whoa. Yeah. Pretty liquidy. Let's start out with the sponge. I've got this in shade 1C1 Cool Bone, which is described as having skin intensity that is very light for cool, rosy undertones. They call this medium coverage. I would say with the sponge, it's very sheer. I'm not even sure I'm getting much cancellation of redness going on. It's on my face. Some of it is soaked into the sponge, but it's on my face. It feels very light. I don't think this is nearly medium coverage. Let's try the brush side and see if we have any better luck. Coverage is much better with the brush. I'm not sure I would call it quite medium. It's probably a high light coverage. Let's see if this is buildable and get a little bit more product here. I definitely think the brush is the way to go if you are looking for more coverage. I would say we are at a nice middle medium coverage right now. It seems very buildable. It layered up nicely. I feel like it's a little bit more luminous than the original double layer Stay in Place, but it is a very nice finish. I feel like it is blurring pores just a bit. It is blurring texture just a bit. The luminosity, I think I will definitely set this with a powder because I do want to keep the luminosity toned down. It's satin finish leaning toward slightly luminous. Like I don't have any highlighter on, and you see my cheeks look really luminous. My forehead's got some luminosity, which is nice. I think most people would enjoy that sort of glow from within without it being too obnoxious. The nice thing I think is that it's managing to be luminous without highlighting and emphasizing the texture of my skin, so that is good for those of us that have to worry about that. I think the color match is good. This feels very similar in terms of color match to the Stay in Place. The feeling is super lightweight. Super, super, super lightweight. Like next to nothing. It's not tacky, it's not sticky. I do think I'll set it just to tone down the luminosity just a pinch, but so far so good. It is 1:06 p.m. I am going to go put the rest of my face on and I'll be right back. And we're back. Everything blended out just fine over this foundation. I did set it lightly with the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Powder in Porcelain, my favorite setting powder of all times. I am getting a little bit of clinging to the dry patches around my nostrils. And when I say dry patches, my skin is literally flaking off on my nostrils, and it is clinging to those flakes. And I have a tiny, tiny bit of what looks like the beginning of polka dot pores on my nose. But like I said, my entire nose is a hot mess right now. I should probably forgive anything that happens on my nose today because it's really recovering from a brutal cold. So everywhere else looks fine. I'm still seeing blurred texture, blurring of pores. There's no settling into lines happening at this point. Everything's looking good. On the rest of my face, I've got, as usual, the L'Oreal Glam Bronze bronzer and my new favorite Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Pearlescent Pink. And on my eyes, I've got the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, including the Alkaline pencil. This is just a delicious red berry shade. I have nothing like it in my collection for eyeliner, and it is friggin' gorgeous. And on my lips, I have the Milani Matte in number 61 Naked. So that is what we got going on. I will give you guys a check-in in a few hours in natural light outdoors, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts at the end of the night. Hey guys, daylight check-in here. It is somewhere past 5:30, so we are beyond the 4-hour mark, probably going on 5 hours at this point, and the foundation still looks great. I don't see it breaking down anywhere at all. It still is a little bit of a luminous finish. I'd say it's more luminous than satin. I thought that might decrease a bit, but it hasn't. Looks like a good color match out in daylight as well. I feel like I just hit the jackpot. I am at CVS. My bill came to $45. 25 of that was my allergy medicine, so all the makeup in this bag for like 20 bucks. Sunday coupons were good to me this week. I will catch you guys in a little bit. All right, let's try this again. I just filmed this whole outro with my microphone turned off. Let's try it with the microphone on. It is 11:41 p.m. now, which puts us at pushing the 11-hour mark. We're just over 10 and a half right now. And I have to say this foundation held up amazingly. I think right now, as far as we are, here's what we're looking at. We've got just the very, very beginnings of breakdown happening around my chin. It is just starting to break down on my chin. Remember, I'm going to forgive the polka dot pores on my nose because my nose is completely flaky from recovering from that cold that I had. Now, I was wearing sunglasses for about 3 hours today, and you can see a little bit of the red poking through on the bridge of my nose where my sunglasses were, but for as long as I wore them, I do not think it looks bad at all, really. I think the foundation is holding up in terms of my blush, my bronzer are still visible and intact and looking the way they looked originally. For such a long wear, I think this is fantastic hold up over this amount of time. In terms of the feel and the comfort, so comfortable. It has been a hot minute since I got to the end of the night and it's pushing midnight and I forgot to do my outro because I forgot I was still wearing my makeup because my foundation was so comfortable. That does not happen very often to me. There aren't many foundations that are that comfortable to me. I have dry skin and most of them dry me out. This does not. It's just as comfortable as the original Double Wear Stay in Place. It is super lightweight. I mean, I don't feel anything on my face. I feel nothing, and nothing's moving around. I did touch myself on my face a few times throughout the day because I was like, doggone, this is just nice. Super lightweight, super comfortable. It's wearing beautifully over time. If I had to give the Double Wear Nude foundation a grade, I gotta give it an A. I think I like it just as much as I like the Stay in Place. I have a personal preference of slightly more coverage, so I feel like on a full face day, I'm gonna reach for the Stay in Place, but on a lighter coverage day or a less makeup day, this might just become one of my new go-tos because you know it's gonna hold up for a very long day. You don't have to worry about it sliding around on your face. Today's temperature was in the 80s. I was outside for quite a while running errands. It wears really well on me, and I really love this line. Why can't you be cruelty-free and come with a pump? Why? So there is my take on the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Foundation. If you like these foundation reviews, give me a thumbs up so I know to keep on making them. If you guys have suggestions for foundations you would like to see me check out, leave them down in the comments below. I have a few foundations I just recently picked up based on your suggestions. Spoiler alert, one of them is the Balms Even Steven. I will have those coming soon in a Foundation Fest or a Friday Foundation Fix video. If you want notifications of when they go up, click that little bell next to the subscription button and you will get notified every time I post a new video 2 to 3 times per week, depending how crazy it is around these parts. So, there you have it. Thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.